This week on Campus Update, the fire rings are saved. Roz has your sports update. Come see Runaways. Meet the new physics teacher. How to wait in line. Valentine's Day treats and Nerd Word.
Hello Oilers, I'm Addison Love and welcome to this week's episode of Campus Update. Southern Californians won their right to keep using fire rings on beaches. A bill passed on January 22nd to counter the South Coast Air Quality Management District, or the AQMD's, restrictions that would remove all fire pits within 700 feet of any house. The AQMD is now required to work on a more personal level with individual communities rather than applying their regulations to the broad Southern California coast. And just as hot as our fire rings, the athletes here at HBHS are doing well. Here's Roz with your sports update.
Hey Oilers, it's Roz reminding you to make sure you come out to our next boys varsity basketball home game against Marina on the 7th at 7. Wrestling senior night was last week against Newport, and the league finals will be held next weekend. Only a few wrestlers will move on to CIF, and those few will be determined after the league finals. Come support your teams.
And in APA news, the theater department is working on their third show of the year, Runaways. We interviewed some of the cast members to give us some insight on this modern drama.
Runaways is mainly about communication between children and their families. There's a bunch of runaways at the runaway house who also depict their stories, and they end up being really lovable characters.
The lives of two social workers. One is Linda, she's training to be a psychologist and a therapist, and the other is Bill, and he's already experienced in the field, and she's learning in her fieldwork study at a runaway house for teens in distress.
I play Mrs. Hawthorne. She's the mother of Linda Hawthorne and also of Erica Hawthorne. Erica runs away and Linda is working at Runaway House. Some major difficulties I would say are getting the pacing correctly and getting all your cues correctly, because it's easy to know your lines. What's usually the tougher part is getting the cues down and responding to those cues as if you were in reality, like listening and taking from that.
I think also a difficulty is keeping it all fresh and feeling like it's new and surprising the first time you hear some of the information that you've heard 20 times over. Runaways will be performed in the Black Box Theater, also known as the APA Studio Theater, from February 4th to February 6th. There are 3 shows, each at 7:30 every night.
Runaways will be showing in the Black Box Theater February 4th through 6th at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are $12 for adults and $5 for students. We hope to see you there. HBHS has some wonderful teachers on campus this year. This week we interviewed Miss Taylor about her new position as physics teacher.
Starting from high school, I actually told my science teacher I wanted to teach high school science. She still has a note from then, so it's kind of cute. I've always wanted to teach high school. Everything can be explained through physics. I can take something like photosynthesis and explain it through physics. I can look at the sky and tell you why it's blue. I can look at the water and tell you why it's blue. I can tell you why we have tides. There's just everything I see around me is physics, and so I want to get as many students to fall in love with it as I do. I think I plan on being an Oiler for a long time, and nothing else is as rewarding as teaching high school.
Thank you, Miss Taylor. Waiting in the lunch line may sound like a simple task to most, but clearly the process is still confusing some of us. For those of you who don't know, there are only 3 steps to waiting in line. Step 1, enter at the back of the line. Step 2, follow the person in front of you as the line moves forward. And Step 3, pay for and acquire your lunch. I hope you found this informative, Oilers, and remember, no cuts, no butts, no coconuts. Valentine's Day is around the corner, so we have Nicole here to teach you how to make some sweets that you'll love.
Hey Oilers, Valentine's Day is quickly approaching, so I'm going to teach you how to make classic chocolate-covered strawberries, a special treat for that special someone. You will need strawberries, semi-sweet chocolate chips, and white chocolate chips. Fill a saucepan with water and turn on medium heat to boil. Put a bowl on top of your boiling water and you have a double boiler ready to melt your chocolate. Place your chocolate chips in the bowl and mix until it has melted to a smooth consistency. Now you're ready to dip your strawberries. If you would like, melt your white chocolate chips in the same way and drizzle it on your chocolate strawberries as decoration. And that's how to make chocolate-covered strawberries. And for those of you who don't have a special someone, I got a special treat for you.
Thanks, Nicole. And once you're finished snacking on some Valentine's Day treats, we have James here to talk to you about some February video game releases you might want to buy for your favorite nerd.
Let's take a look at the upcoming games of February. Fans of Fable can pick up Fable Anniversary Edition on February 4th, playing an enhanced version of the original, or you can buy the Fable Trilogy, taking home all 3 games in the series. Bravely Default releases on February 7th, giving RPG fans a chance to play the much-anticipated game on the 3DS. Coming the 13th is Final Fantasy XIII Lightning Returns, the 3rd game in the Final Fantasy XIII series. There are some great RPGs coming at the beginning of the month, Oilers. Stay tuned for the rest of February.
Thanks for watching, Oilers. Live long and prosper.